Hi, this is Brett Kramer from Discreet Prepper. Thanks for tuning in. At Discreet Prepper, we build discreet, everyday carry survival solutions. We want to make sure you have the emergency gear necessary to handle most situations and to get you or your loved ones home safely. And we want to make sure that gear is within arm's reach. Today we're going to be looking at some survival tips and tricks.
I'm going over some things from my pack here. Actually, 3 packs. I want to give you a little tutorial here of what I do with my packs, and I can kind of give you this overview here. Looking at a lot of stuff I keep in the truck, a lot of stuff I keep on me at all times, a lot of things I divide up in my pack. Okay, I'm giving you this overview right here, and then I'm going to go over it in detail. Hope I'm not getting any of you sick. As you see, I got a ton of stuff here. I can fit all of this stuff in that plastic tub in the corner, which rolls in the back of my truck as a storage shelf. That's on one of my videos here. You can check it out. I also use an old Army surplus backpack, an Alice pack, and inside the Alice pack I put a plastic trash can, so it gives it rigidity. I could sit on this if I want to get off the ground. I can put water in this. I can collect wood. I can do all kinds of things with that bucket. When you have some kind of storage device, that's the way to go. Plus, like I said, it keeps your pack nice and straight. Whoops, I missed one of my emergency blankets. Or what do I call that? A camp towel. Camp towel raises, sing this song. There we go. Okay, so let me go over some things I got here. First of all, knives. Okay, I have always on my person 2. My favorite 2 knives I carry, just for all-purpose kind of things, are my Swiss Army knife with a locking blade. That's what's really nice about this one is usually the old-fashioned Swiss Army knives, like you see over here, the camping edition and things like that, they don't lock. And there's a chance while you're using it, it can fold on your hand and cut your finger. With this, it will not happen. That lock is fantastic. As you see, I beat this knife up and use it daily. It's pretty beat, but it's a great knife. It's got the screwdriver in it, it's got the tools, can openers, got a couple tools. But this tool here you can get with multiple options. This one is a very thin knife. It's not very big. As far as some of those other ones are super thick to put in your pocket. This is a great knife. Number 2, one-handed tactical. I have a nice little knife here. I put a hook on it so I can hook it on my pants, in my pocket, and if I need to, I have it right here in my hand, and I can just grab that hook. I always know where my knife is. I don't have to dig around in my pocket for it. If I'm in a bad area, bad location, my hand's in my pocket, my hand is on my knife. As I'm shooting this upside down, I hope that works. Then I can just easily pull the knife out and I have my knife. So, on my person in my bag, I have a fire striker in here, and a whistle, and a flashlight. And it's got room for gear, it's got room for tinder. Nice little pack. I think I got this thing for $4 or $5 on eBay. And one of my other videos, I've already showed you this. I have my Leatherman Super Tool 300 with fire strikers and a diamond. I got a fire striker, flashlights, and a diamond sharpener on that side. These are like in my briefcase when I go to work. I always have this stuff with me. Here is a great little LED light that is just super bright. It has a metal, it's got a magnet on one side. It's got a clip that rotates, so I can hook this on my shirt and point it forward and work on things and use my hands and not have to worry about holding a flashlight. For more tactical engagements, I have my Solar Force flashlight. This is the a Cree battery. It's LED, and it's about 250 to 300 lumens. It's unbelievable. I have two of these. I have a large and a small, and it's got the crown on the front for limited engagements. I usually keep with me a little capstan. Keep them in these little holders here so I know where they are. They go in my briefcase, so I always can grab them right in the side pouch, whatever I need. So I have all my gear with me right here. That'll handle a lot of little problems. Now, my backpacks. I have multiple large knives. I have full tang knives. Okay? I have some cheapy kind of hunting knives, you know, the Rambo style with the sharpener in here. All of them are all sharpened up, ready to go. I got a skinning knife, throwing knife, a pretty decent tactical fixed blade knife. I think I got this thing for $10. This also comes with a fire striker in the lanyard there. This one here has all the survival gear in the handle. It's no big deal. It was $9 at Harbor Freight. You can get this thing online, and it is, let me tell you, yeah, it looks menacing. You know, it also looks like, oh, you can get this anywhere. Yeah, basically you can. It's about a $9 knife, but it is built like you wouldn't believe. Aluminum handle, stainless steel, and it is heavy. It's a nice knife. So if it breaks, I don't care. I have another. If it breaks, I don't care. I have another. Plus, what's nice about having all these knives with me, when I split them all up in my pack, I usually put a good large knife, a decent backup knife, sometimes a third knife, and a couple of Swiss Army knives, buck knives, straight knife, razor here, eating utensils. I divide this all up into my backpacks, so if I need to barter, I can swap out a knife for a can of soup or something like that if I need to, if I'm out there and somebody's got something I need. Always have triple, quadruple redundancy, as long as it doesn't take up too much weight. When I divide all these knives up in the 3 packs I have here, it's no big deal to carry 5 knives on me. This is one I got at Menards recently with straight razor on one end and a box cutter. If I can get it out one-handed here. Did I lock it? A box cutter on the other and one-handed tactical. This knife is razor sharp. I can shave with that thing. It's a nice little emergency tool to keep in your pack, and I'm trying to close that one-handed. It's probably not a good idea on camera. There you go. It'll clip on your pants one way or the other way, depending on what you want to carry, how much you want to carry. It's a great little multi-purpose 3-knife tool. It's great. I keep several of these on me and in my truck. Okay, knives. There you go. Flashlights. Of course, you got the hand crank. You got the headlamps. You got the emergency flashing lights. I have a ton of light sticks. This thing here, an Energizer, my wife got it for me. It is, did I take the batteries out of that? I took the batteries out of it. Anyway, the batteries are over there. That light is awesome. Not only does it shine your LED lantern, it picks up and you can reflect more light. You have a little signal mirror on it. You can hang it up. Just a lot of neat uses for it. Got my towels. I have my emergency blankets and 55 gallon drum liners. I have ponchos. I have 2 portable folding stoves. One is in here. One is in here. This one takes sterno. I got 2 cans for that. And this one takes the fuel bars. Everything is in the can with lighters and such. Speaking of lighters, I have all my strikers here. Ton of strikers. I have the steel wool. Steel wool also can be used to clean up your metal for multiple uses, plus starting fires. I have 10,000 lighters here. Never hurt to throw in a couple of these. Waterproof matches. I have my cotton balls soaked in lamp oil, and I have another kit here with lint, and you see this in one of my other videos I just did, where I have lint and cardboard and all kinds of wood all put together. And I have in here a bottle of fire starting fluid. So I have multiple ways of making fire. I'm not worried about making a fire. I have a saw. I have multiple ways of purifying water. 3 different sport bottles that have filters in them that will take out any kind of disease, bugs in there. The blue bottles are Berkey sport bottles, so I know I'm not going to get sick. I don't have all of them shown. My other water bottles are upstairs in the washer right now. But here's a water bottle for a metal water bottle for purifying my water. A funnel, so I'm putting the clean water in the dirty water. I don't mess anything up. Back here, a whole bunch of hand tools, a file, some more multi-tools, 2 crossbows. Right here, I have 2 air guns. The air gun would be for very small. I mean, the pistol is something like, I think they said 750 feet per second, and it shoots a hunting pellet. It's an 8-shot or 10-shot, and it looks like a 357 Magnum, kind of a Python thing. And you put the CO2 in the handle, and it's actually pretty accurate. Now, if I was going after small game, it might not be a bad idea, but for the most part, I'm not going to rely on something like this to hunt. This would stay in the truck along with my real gun. I'd be carrying my real gun on me. The thing I would worry about or use for hunting would be the crossbow, the slingshot, and my own guns I would be carrying on me. Okay, let's see. Duct tape, electrical tape, compasses, signal mirror, glue, food, wire ties, a real tent. Now, everybody always says, here, throw your tarp on the back and you're good to go. You can fold your tarp over and blah, blah, blah. That's great. I have 3 tarps in the truck and 1 tarp that goes in each of my bags. Actually goes around it in the back, and I put bungee cords to hold it in place. Now, why would I worry? I have a family, a wife and 3 kids. Why would I try to get everybody in a cheesy tarp when for next to nothing as far as weight, I can carry this 4-person tent, get everybody in there, and keep the mosquitoes off me at night? One thing to think about is you can only go so far and carry so much bug spray like I have right there. Now, how long is my family going to be out in the woods that I'm going to have to worry about now mosquito-borne illness or being bitten all over their body and they're complaining and itching and who knows, right? I think this is a good thing to throw in your truck or throw on the top of your backpack and strap it on the top up here. It's no weight, or throw it on the bottom of your pack. There's no weight to it. See, like right here on my pack, on the Alice pack, in the small of the back here, here's my straps. Hold on, let me get my focus. Here are my straps, and I just strap on a tarp in here. So I have at least a liner to go on the ground under my tarp, so that way I know the ground's going to be dry. Then I'll throw another tarp over top if we have heavy rain. That way there's no water coming in the tent. Dry family, happy family. Keep the mosquitoes off, very happy family. Here's one of my light cooking gear sets that I divide up among the packs. And also I have my little fishing kit, a hand line, and in the truck I have a full fishing kit and a portable fishing rod. So over here real quick, I'll touch on this part right here. Just picked these up the other day. A mover's blanket. Got this at Harbor's Freight for $5. It is 6 by over 6, so it's about 6 by 6.5 feet. It's heavy duty. We took this out to an event with our church, a turkey shoot. Laid this on the ground because the ground was wet. What a fantastic barrier. Kept us dry the whole time. The kids used it. They wrapped up in it later in the days as everything got dry, and the bottom of this really hardly got wet. So this is a fantastic deal. It's nice and thin, but I mean not too thin because it has a little padding to it. But it's thin enough to lay flat on the floor of your trunk and not be like a comforter or a sleeping bag. But I have 4 of these in the car. I have a big family. I got to worry about them keeping warm. I got to worry about them being on the ground, being damp. I also worry about my own comfort. I don't want to sleep on a rock all night or a pine cone. I want to make sure that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not aching when I roll over that I have to go, oh, I have to stretch for 20 minutes just to walk. This will make the night a little easier. So a couple of these on the ground, give you a little bit of padding. Use a tent, for goodness sake, people. I know you don't have to, but there, for your emergency go bag, fine, a tarp is great. But you know what? We don't have to live like cavemen. We can carry a tent. So anyway, here's the gear. What I do is I divide all of this up evenly and divide them into 3 sections. The plastic tub, the green tarp, or the green Alice pack, that backpack. Now, to make my life easier with these backpacks, because now I'm going to have to worry about additional bags. I'm going to be the pack mule. If something happened and we were forced to go on foot, which probably is not going to happen, but if I'm forced to walk on foot, I'm going to be the one carrying everything and possibly a child in my arms. So, what am I going to do? Make the packs as light as possible. Put the heavy gear in the tubs, because we're going to be with my Suburban. We're going to be in the truck. Over here, these packs hang on your side, and I put the heavy gear and the stuff I'm going to use right away. The stuff I'm going to need to use, hold on one second. The stuff I'm going to need to use in these packs, these haversacks. So I have some gear in the bottom of there already. So the haversack will hang on my side. I don't have to have those tools, the knives, fire kit. I don't have to have the slingshot, all that weighting me down on the back. On my back, I can have tarps, a couple of light tins, some duct tape, the food, some extra arrows, things like that. I can thin out my backpack, put the heavy stuff on my side. That way I'm not killing myself carrying it all on my back. Let's see. What I would do is, let me quick take a drink of water. Excuse me, please feel free. Take a break. Anyway, what I would do is set up your side packs right there to have the things that you would need instantly in your hand, so you wouldn't have to go searching through that backpack. You wouldn't have to stop, take off all your packs, drop the kids, flip the top open, go digging down in, looking for what you need to get whatever. You might need to start your fire. Why have all your fire gear in there when it could be right at your hip? Open the top and there it is. Why go digging for your slingshot if you see some small game when it's right there on your hip? Why go searching for a Pop-Tart? Something to keep you going that you don't have to start a fire. You can keep walking with the family when you got a Pop-Tart right on your side. How about if you needed a tool, a wire cutter, because you come up to some barbed wire you got to cut through or something. I'm giving you some kind of crazy idea. But anyway, why dig for a tool when it's right on your hip? Keep everything handy that you need. Your fire kit, quick little go food, tools, your slingshot, a good knife, flashlight, things you don't have to take your pack off for, you don't have to dig for, that saves weight in the pack. Put it on your side. Okay? Besides having a good pair of cargo pants, like the 511s I'm wearing here, that you can put all, I've got like 87 pockets in these pants, plus inner pockets inside here, which I know you can't see. They're magazine pouches on the inside. Put as much on your legs and on your waist as possible to not kill your back. Alright, so when I divide everything up, I have 3 complete sets. If something happens and I'd have to run from my truck, which is, when you really think about it, why would you be running from your truck? Or why would you be leaving your truck? Okay, your truck's out of gas. There's an impassable road. There's an impassable river and the bridge is knocked down. I'm trying to think of disaster. I'm not trying to think of martial law, which everyone's always talking about. I'm not thinking about nuclear war, which could be. Any of these situations definitely could happen. But I'm just trying to think of the logical. What's the number one thing you're going to run into when you're out in the woods or you're on the go needing this gear? Is probably a disaster. Look what just happened with Hurricane Sandy. I went through several hurricanes, and the last hurricane was Hurricane Wilma. It was a horrible one. So let me tell you, it's good to have some gear. Have it in the truck. Have it ready to go so you can hit the road and you have everything you need to survive. When you get to a point where you can't go anymore, you now have triple, quadruple redundancy. You could swap with some people for something more important. Or you're just going to become a pack mule, break your back, and put 100 or more pounds on your back and try to get everything you can out of that and get rid of the junky stuff you don't need. Okay? So I designed it so not only do I have triple redundancy in each pack, I have triple redundancy there, there, and there. That's in the big truck, that's in the little truck, and that pack always stays in the big truck. What would happen, since I live in a tornado area here in Indiana, what would happen if a tornado came and tore off the house, right off from above my head, if we're in the basement, and took my truck? My truck is now flipped over and down the street, upside down. Doors are jammed. Maybe it's jammed up against a house and there's something on top of it, and let's say I can't get my gear out of my truck. I'm only going to have one pack with me. Probably that's going to be in the house if I knew something was coming. So I already lost one pack. Right there, that tub filled with good gear would be locked or lodged or destroyed, or maybe my truck went end over end and everything came out the windows, and all that gear right there that you see right here is all over God's creation. So that means I have to have a good backup plan, that I have to have my triple redundancy in these packs. Okay? So try to have multiple packs. This is a worst case scenario backpack situation. Okay? I've designed this into all the creature comforts, all the basics I would need. If it's cord to hang up my tarps or my tent, if it's water purification to keep my family safe, if it's medicines in case we're sick, if it's traps to try to find some food if the food I have runs out. There's hunting implements here to also hunt food down. Ways to start fire, purify my food, my water, cook my food, stay warm, dry out my clothes. Cooking implements, I mean, you name it. Flashlights for the nighttime, knives, all the stuff I can also trade. Since I have so much of it, I don't mind losing 2 lighters or 3 lighters because I have probably 8 or 9 magnesium strikers. So I don't have to worry about not having fire. Plus, I also have 2 magnifying glasses in here. I also have a striker here. You name it, I have waterproof matches. All this stuff I can swap out and make some profit out of when everything falls apart and get something else that I might need more important. So anyway, just to give you an idea, this is the kind of stuff you probably should have. Doesn't have to be all matching gear, as you can see. I just piecemealed it as I went for years and years and years and keep adding to the kit. What you got to remember is, what is your kit going to be used for? Here's when you get into kit mentality. Am I making a kit for a disaster? Am I making a kit for hitting the road because a nuclear bomb is coming? I'm just, throwing some weird ideas at you. Am I making a kit because martial law, as you keep hearing in all these videos, people are getting their bug out bag and they're going to hit the road, and which is a ridiculous idea anyway, which I'll probably have to go into in another video. Maybe I'll just go into it right now. Let's see, what else would it be? Your backpack would be for a disaster. Like I said, here I am in my basement. Tornado takes away my house. My basement's filled with water, and the gas line's ruptured, so the basement's filled with gas. Well, I got to get out of here. So what am I going to do? I got to live somewhere. My family's going to need some way to survive. And if my vehicle's destroyed and every road is impassable, like what happened in Joplin, Missouri, and some other places around here in Indiana, where am I going to go? Am I going to start walking? Well, no. This is my property. I can stay right here. I can keep my family safe. There's a hose in the backyard. There's, whatever I can scavenge from my house. I will probably stay right around here. But to stay around here, I'm going to need shelter, like a tent. I'm going to need a way to keep us dry, the covering above that. I'm going to need a way to purify the water I can find. I'm going to need a way to kill some squirrels to get something to eat. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a disaster, this would be fantastic. Now, if it's after a disaster, something like what people went through in Katrina, where they then took the people and put them in the FEMA camp, so to speak. They put them in that Superdome. Are you going to need any of this stuff? Are you going to need to start fires in the Superdome? Are you going to need light sticks? Are you going to need a bow and arrow or a crossbow? Or yes, you know what? the way they treated some of those people in there, you probably would need a crossbow. But other than that, you're not going to need cord. You're not going to need traps. There's no way you're getting air guns in there. In fact, I don't think they're going to let you bring in a backpack. Could you bring a sport bottle? Probably. Could you bring your towels right there and some medicine? Yeah. Could you bring a pocket knife and stick a pocket knife? A pocket knife, not a monster like this. So all of this gear, if it was a disaster where you went to a shelter, they drove by in a truck and said, everybody get in the bus, we're taking you to a shelter, all this is gone. You can't use any of it. What you really need is a pack along with this with all your clothes items. Change of socks, change of underwear, maybe a change of shoes. Make sure you have some extra shoelaces. Warm clothes. A good wet gear. Like I have a great army poncho over there in the green bag. Covers your whole body. It's fantastic. It doubles as an emergency tent. Okay? Have some good rain gear. That kind of disaster where they're going to take you to a shelter, all of this is null and void. So you got to think about how you build a pack. Are you looking to build a pack because of what the internet says, that the army's going to come and take your guns, that there's going to be martial law and chaos? The safest place for you to be in a chaos situation is in your home. I was in law enforcement. My brother was in law enforcement. He was in the military. We've talked about this kind of stuff. It comes down to mentality. Would you rather be out in the street on foot with people trying to survive who want your gear and will kill you? Or would you rather be in the safety of your house? If you were out in a tent right now, you're walking along and you stop in the night and you get in your tent, who's going to keep your family safe at night when somebody comes along and wants your tent or your food or your pocket knives or your crossbow? Are you going to stay up all night? Well, then when are you going to sleep? How are you going to protect your kids during the day? You got to sleep sometime. Is you and your wife going to take turns all night, or what if it's just you and your kids? Who's going to protect them? Being outside in a disaster situation, in a martial law situation, you name it, being outside is not going to be the place you want to be. The best place you want to be is in your home. Now, what if it was a martial law? And I keep hearing people say it's coming. They say they're going to get out of here. They're going to take off. Well, where are you going to go? You're going to run through checkpoints. And if they say turn around and go back, or they say, no, you're coming with us, get in the truck, or they go through your truck and they say, hey, look at this. You got food. You got weapons. We're taking your gear. Again, is it smart to leave your home in a situation where when you get outside, someone's going to take it? The military is going to take it. The police are going to take it. They might need it. They might say, we're commandeering your vehicle. We're taking your blankets here. You got blankets? We're cold. We need it. Turn around and go back home. So you know what? In any of these situations, majority of the time, you're probably safer at home. Now, if you're escaping the city because it's going to turn into a war zone, I fully understand. But then again, would you be safer in your home that you could put boards on the windows? Or are you safer living out in the woods somewhere? In a tent, in the cold, without any water, without any food? Are you going to be able to provide for your family and keep yourself safe? Are you going to be able to get any sleep? Are you going to be comfortable? The way we live right now, how are you going to do your dishes? We have a dishwasher in our house. We have a clothes washer. We can just go into the pantry, get a can of chicken. We can go get another roll of paper towels. What are you going to do out in the woods? How are you going to survive? If you have everything you need in your house, you could board up your windows and you don't have to leave. You could stay right here. Somebody knocks on the door, you say, I got a weapon, I'm not afraid to use it, back off. So when you make your kit, be logical, be realistic. Remember, the majority of the reason why you would have a bug out bag like this is to give yourself some way to survive if you had to. And if you have to, have the best gear you can so you can make it. Make sure you got somebody you can rely on to watch your back. Make sure you and your wife have a good plan already made out as to what would happen. Or whoever you're with, your friend, your buddy, your spouse, whatever. Make sure you have a good plan. Make sure you're not going to walk outside your door, get 10 blocks down the street, and someone's going to shoot you in your head and take your gear. So just think about that as you're building your kit. Think about what's the most important thing you need. Water, food, shelter, heat, some way to purify your water. What I do with my family is I have to have a way to cook food. I have to have a way to keep them safe, such as a tent. I have to have change of clothes for everybody. Now, if we're driving in the Suburban, we're cruising along, we get all this gear, and we have a destination, and everything's safe. We're leaving a disaster area, we're getting to a safe area, a family member's house, something like that, then that's fine. You got everything you need in the car. You can always pick stuff up at Walmart. You can always use your credit card. Have a little bit of emergency cash with you. Now, if it is a widespread disaster, like what happened with the tornadoes last year, where it was like 100 miles wide for 4 states, where are you going to go? You're going to have to hunker down. You're going to have what you need to survive, and that would be make sure you have some good blankets, make sure you have some clothes, make sure you have food and water. I have one whole pack. It's a big diving duffel bag on wheels, so I can pull it along with me and just, pull it with one hand, backpack on the other. I'd be good to go. And we have all the food. I have enough food in the backpack to go about 4 weeks for my entire family of 5. I have water in the pack ready to go. That's another video I have. You can check it out. It talks about food storage. Something to go check out. You really need to understand what to put away and what to pack with it. So in my video, I showed you where I have a lot of dried and powdered foods that all you need is water. And a lot of those meals will go a long, long way. So I have enough food and water in that pack and cooking gear to last for about 4 weeks. So out in the middle of nowhere, I'll be able to feed my family. I'll give them diversity. I'll be able to give them some meat. I'll be able to give them carbohydrates. I have vitamins. I have everything for them to keep them safe. Like right here in this little thing, besides Pop-Tarts, banana chips, beef jerky, right? I have peanuts, and another pack I have peanut butter and blah, blah, blah. In this whole thing is filled with long grain rice. That's huge. That is right there. 32 fluid ounces, so I don't know how much that would be in rice, in dry, but that's a lot of rice. I have enough food to keep going and keep us all safe, because if we don't have the right foods, we're going to get sick out there. So make sure you have your multiple packs set up for multiple situations. You need clothes no matter what. To put everything in one pack might be crazy, because if you had to hit the road running for whatever reason, how would you like to have to dig through several packs to build something? Like let's say I have blankets and food and clothes and hunting gear and everything in this, but I didn't need half of it. I only needed the clothes. I only needed the food. I only needed blah, blah, blah. Okay? I shouldn't have to go crazy digging through that. I should have my it hit the fan bag. Then I have my clothes comfort bag. Then I have food bag, that everything's ready to go, that I can grab what I need at the time. Also, it's a good idea to have extra empty backpacks in your car in case you do want to divide up some of these things into smaller packs. Okay? Like, I'm going to have that big tub right there in my truck filled with gear. Now, say there's been a disaster, I'm trying to leave the area, and I can't get over a impassable river or something because the bridge is out. Now, we're going to have to walk somewhere, I guess, to safety and go north or south to follow the river. At that point, I'm going to take what I can out of that tub and put it in the extra empty backpack and take the emergency gear I would need for the situation. So make sure you have enough packs with you to take your gear and take the stuff that is, necessary. Will I need 2 crossbows if I'm walking now on foot with my family? No, I'll ditch one of them. Or if I see somebody, maybe I can trade with them or something. I have enough arrows right there to last me 8 years. Enough bolts. I even have fishing bolts there that have a, I'll do this real quick, a hook on the end to put my line, and a barb on the end to hook the fish, and you put the spool on the front of the crossbow. Right there. Okay, so I can fish with this thing, hunt with it, make sure you get extra strings for your crossbow, the same for extra gear for your guns, extra magazines, extra bullets, stuff like that, cleaning kit. Make sure you have all that with you. So, let's see, recap. Make sure you think out what your situation is that you're preparing for. In my pack mentality and my law enforcement background, the things I've studied, the things I've been through with the hurricanes. I've been through hurricanes on my boat. I've been through hurricanes in my home. I've been through hurricanes where we had no power in my house for 2.5 weeks. And at night, it was martial law. After 7 o'clock, I believe it was, 7 to 8 o'clock, sun's starting to go down, can't be on the street. So you had to be in your house. So we survived. We had a generator. I was using the grill outside. Actually, life was good because we were already preppers back then. We didn't have any problems. Everybody else we knew, they were struggling. So, recap. Keep the things you need at hand that will defend your life. You can hunt with medical kit, fire starting gear, knife, binoculars, maybe some medicines right here on your hip. Your tools, everything you would need to quickly grab. My compass, I need a quick Pop-Tart so we can keep walking, we can keep moving. Some tape, electrical tape, the slingshot, not only good for hunting, that's great for self-defense. That thing will put a wallop on somebody. Won't kill him unless you're King David and you're slaying Goliath or something, but that thing folds up nice and flat, and you can throw that right in here. So the stuff you need here, the stuff that you're going to need when you stop for the night in your big pack. Put a big liner inside your pack so it gives you some rigidity. You can sit on this to get you off the ground. You can fill it up with water. If it's raining, you can collect rainwater with this, a lot of rainwater. You can do a ton of things with this bucket. It's fantastic. Better yet, if you had a metal bucket to put in here, you can use it for many more things, for boiling water, for doing all kinds of stuff. Anyway, triple redundancy inside each pack, and then triple redundancy 3 of the same pack. So no matter what car I'm in, I have a bag with everything I will need to survive. I can keep moving. I can grab some stuff. I can throw some stuff away. I can trade stuff. Make sure you have some flashlights. Make sure you have a ton of extra batteries, which I have over there. For my wife and I, we have communication device. If I have to go out scouting around for food, I can talk to her via the radio and use my batteries there for the radio. I can put my traps out. I can keep one of these air guns on me as to not make a lot of noise and not waste my bullets, and look for small game. But most likely I'd be using the crossbow or using the traps or using my fishing gear. Other than that, I think I've been over it like 10 times with you guys already. I'm just trying to stress that you guys think about the situation, why you're building your pack. Don't be worried about the military. Don't be worried about cops coming to collect your guns. Yes, they did it in Katrina down in Louisiana, but they got their butts handed to them. They did a stupid thing. They got in trouble. It was illegal. So what you got to do is just be able to defend yourself and be able to stay put and stay safe. Make sure you have enough clothes. Make sure you have enough food. Your water and food and heat are your #1 important things. Once you get your fire going and you're purifying your water and you're cooking your food, work on your tent. Put your tent up and have a place to rest your head. All right, I hope I covered everything. If you have any questions, you want more detail, I can go back in and give you some close-ups. Ooh, look at all the gear. And you can kind of see all the stuff I do carry in here. Tools, hammer, screwdriver, sandpaper. Don't forget to put sandpaper in your pack. It's so useful to have some sandpaper. I don't have it here. It's upstairs. Throw some tin foil in there.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. If you're interested in any of our products, please go to discreetprepper.com. If you have any comments or questions, please email me at bcreamer@discreetprepper.com. Subscribe here to our YouTube channel, like this video, and like us on Facebook. Thank you. Have a great day, and God bless you.